myself. Put this on do not disturb. All right. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Morning, Andrew. Audio quiet, low again. But we can hear you. Okay, maybe I'll just talk louder. Because I can hear it on my stream. I've got it up on my phone just in case. So this is what I'm watching. Here's the framework for today. There's nothing, I mean, 4 things I'm watching right here. The inefficiency, 2 liquidities for sell side and 1 liquidity for the buy side. Alright, so we're going to study what this macro did. Let's see. I do want to, let me see. I'm going to be monitoring ES as well. Alright, so essentially we're going to study what this did in this range, in this little segment. We see we dug down. What do we dig into? This little sell side right here. But what you want to make note of is, why do I have these noted here? Well, you know how, note how smooth these are in relevance to these as well. And then we have an inefficiency here. Drag that over, and that's going to be 2839, so you can put that on your chart. I just have it annotated here for you. So ideally, it'd be nice to see a continuation into here in this region before going a little bit higher. I'm only focused on what's right here. I'm not looking at anything else just because we're up nearly 4%. So there's not really a lot for us to look at. But guys, I mean, it's the same framework I provide every other day. It's the same. Two things. Inefficiencies and liquidity. That's it. Then you have the macros, where we're going to efficiently deliver to one of these two things. So you see, we just opened. So nice to see it come down in here. I'm going to be watching ES2 just for any SMT. So there's your first purge of liquidity there. That's more ideal because you want to get this back into a discounted area if you want a long. Note the close below. You're not late. Trust me, we just opened. So I'm going to drag this over. See that? See how precise that is? This is good, by the way. If you want to go long, you're looking for that. If we toggle this to regular session, I mean, we're not going to get, you are not going to get back into the halfway point of this. So I'm not even going to worry about that. Probably can get to 70% or so, and that's okay too. This is exactly what you want to see. And if it keeps going, that's fine. Guess what? We'll find something else down here. I don't believe it will get down this low, but it's alerts. Okay. Let's see. Where are some more relatively equal lows? We got these right here. You put on your chart. It's a long ways down though, just in case. So I want to see us reach into these. Let's see, ideally. Hey, Clam. So you're more than welcome to use this inefficiency at 440, by the way. It's going to be the... And we want to see it come right here. I don't think I'll be trading today. I'm just going to be watching, let the dust settle a little bit. It's Monday. I'm not in any rush to push the button. You see the speed it's taking to get here? That means it's kind of in a rush to get somewhere, so let it go. It's more ideal. I mean, we're literally 4 minutes in, so ideally we're probably going to wait for the macro, obviously. See the inefficiency? Delivers lower. Now, what you want to check, alright, so we just took that sell side as, yeah, it's a falling knife, that's correct. And why would you buy this? You wouldn't. You're not buying this. That's right. I don't care. It can go, I'm watching it. I don't care where it goes. It can go all the way back down here for all I care for. Why? And what, I mean, are you, thank you, Agu. As you can see, I mean, what, if you were to long this, why would you long? Just because there's equal highs here does not mean you just long instantaneously because we opened and it's a key time. Yes, 9:30 is a key time, but it's not. You gotta wait. So now you want to note the close below above. I'm putting this on my charts as well so that way you can see. Study what you're looking for. There is going to be SMT with this here. So as of now, that's going to be a close below. Still SMT. Put this over here. You wait. So this is basically all the intel that I gather up. If price had kind of turned already from here, I'd look for something, maybe this to be an inversion, for example, but I still can see this being an inversion. Just keep it on your charts. But as of now, there's really I think it's seeking for 3 a.m. London open gap is huge. Yep. So you got a lot down here. It could very well get there somewhere, but I think, put a fib on the opening range gap, study that. So ES is still holding that inefficiency really well. So I'm going to be watching that. Just dug into it again. So you're probably going to get some higher pricing here. Yeah. Like I said, we're just tape reading. There's probably not going to be any trades present today. I don't feel like pushing a button. Maybe in the PM session. I do think we'll get some higher pricing from this point. Maybe to reach a... Let's see. It's going to be ideal. What do you guys use for confirmation to enter a trade? This is something I wanted to ask. Curious. Yeah. A lot of people just shorted that right there. Would be my guess. So they're gonna get blown out. I'm not a buyer. Still want some more confirmation. Want some macro. If you just listen to the video that I posted, you'll notice I said something on the lines of, you know, referencing the macro. That's ideally where you want most of your entries to come out of. That's where your highest probabilities are. I don't think a lot of people understand that. They like to enter outside of the macro. I mean, it's cool, but there are specific characteristics in certain macros, not specific macros, but in the macro itself, characteristics show that say, hey, you can hold this position until the next macro ends. There's more notes for the upcoming macro in 7 minutes. So all we're doing is digging into discount. So let's check something here. So you guys have the notes here, so just keep them in mind. Let's go pull up how far into this we got. Yeah, not that far. Let's use a simple fib. So we got the open, then we got the close. Yeah, so we haven't even reached 70%. So keep that in mind. SMT still present, still there. You just are not seeing it. But just look very close. Very close. Guys, I'm curious. I want to know what your entry criteria is. What is your criteria for entering a position? Also, something you need to make note of is sometimes price needs to get somewhere to form specific PD arrays. Let me make note of that. Price doesn't form a PD array. I don't know how to word that. So this, I mean, you could have entered here for a short, close below the inefficiency here, lower. It's not what I did. It's too. I'm looking. I'm noticing that I'm entering a little early to chase, not chase, but get into positions that I know. Okay, it's going here. I know that, so I can go catch me 40 points, low hanging fruit objective. But what I'm trying to do is catch this move up here more often, rather than okay. I know it's going down here to get buyers to get there. Use more confluences, but most of the time is FEG getting disrespect and act as inverse. What is your entry protocol? I'm looking for something very specific. SMT's time, yeah, I like that. SMT time usually after 10, relative equal highs, lows, and higher time frame confluences, correct? Yeah, so there's really, I'm not really looking at the PD arrays, but if something specific forms for what I'm looking for, I'll enter. But I do prefer the SMT. So SMT is still present with this low, that low. Those equal lows. And it's, yeah. So it's still there. Nothing's changed. Now you also have SMT here, but the real SMT is here. The macro is fixing to open, so it could go lower. But, I mean, just look at these equal lows right here, simply. I'm just going to keep this here. It's still present until it's not. So it doesn't matter if it goes here, then the macro opens. It could stop here. So if you remember in the video that I just posted, the SMT can form before the macro. So the damage is already being done, which means what? That means you can go ahead and start looking for, in the macro, you can go ahead and start looking for the inefficiencies or liquidity, right? So this is going to be, I'm going to study this wick right here. Simply this wick. Let's see. Do we want the wick? keep an eye on this wick right here. See if we can close back above this sell side, get the inversion, and then come here. That's what I'm watching. I'm not pushing the button. So I'm just gonna guide you through it today. You talked about this in your journal for previous week. You said you won't take trades against your narrative, even though you know price is going to that level. You have been long ideas. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to trade. My narrative is bullish, obviously, because of what this macro did. See that trend lower? That's signal for higher prices, but it has to go somewhere first to get here. So I'm looking for reasons to long down here in a discount to get here with SMT still present, right? So study that wick, the midpoint of it. It's probably not the midpoint, but you get the gist. Guys, the damage has already been done, so when the macro opens, like it's open now, we're going to look for price to reach the inefficiency above the marketplace and then the liquidity. So be mindful of that, please. See that? Damage is already done. Doesn't really need to go lower. So look for that potential inversion. Literally telling you right now. Seeing it go here. I want to show you guys that today you don't have to. Let's just draw the wick out here for precision. It just needs to move down a little bit. Now you're going to study this. See, it already closed above that midpoint and then respects it already. So you want it to get here. See that? There it is. Understand the damage was done already. If this occurred in the macro, juicier setup. So there's your inefficiency reached. So where could you have entered at? Well, I'm not going to hold your hand. There's your entry. A precise entry at that. So you get a precise entry at 791. carry it up to here, to this wick. Watch the inversion to see if it wants to go to buy side. It did not get a close above this, so you want to see now the potential inversion work out. If not, it's going to go lower. So reached an efficiency, didn't close above retail. Okay. So you can still get down here. Let's see. Let me look at ES again. Still study this. It's giving you a... I still want to watch this, these lows down here, these equal lows. I want to look at ES for that too. Let me see. Yeah. Ideally, you could probably short to these lows here too. It's 50 points. I'm looking for after 10 o'clock. I'm going to see what happens after 10. So we'll mark out 10 o'clock. It's going to be your silver bullet. Guys, I could have caught this from here to there. I know where price is going, so I just don't. I'm looking for a bigger move. If you took this inversion, you needed to wait. Why? Because look at the candle, just sliced right through it. What does that tell you? And then you note how it closes above here and here. Now you want to see if it gets higher. It's respecting it so far, but you still have these relatively equal lows here. It can go down here and create SMT2 in the macro. So it gives you a discount entry if you want to go long. I'm still waiting. I'm going to wait till 10. I want it to close. If I was to go higher, I want it to close above this inefficiency. The reason since it didn't close above this inefficiency, I'm not expecting it to hold. We're going to watch it either way. That relative equal low is SMT with check ESAK. That is here. You're looking at this agu. So I'm looking at the relative equal lows now, and then the liquidity lower. So this is liquidity down here. Still respect to that. I see what you're talking about. You're seeing an SMT here. I get what you're saying. But I'm looking at the SMT here. That's still valid. But you still have to understand that these are here and present. We're still getting closes above this. Still got lots of respect here. So you can also put this as your first presented fair value gap. Yes, that is correct. I'm not putting it on there. I'm watching this. See how it respects this midpoint of the wick. So a lot of people thought that's ES. That's not real ES to me. Whoa, let's not do that. What is this? Don't need that. There. So this goes with this, by the way. So it's 10 o'clock now. 9:42. Yeah, I see what you're talking about, but you're gonna see why I don't really see that as a SMT. Because it's permitted to come down back here and create it again. Or not again, it would actually would double up with this one really. Ideally, we want to see NQ come and take this low. If I'm trading, I'm taking this to here, and then I'm going to have a stop at break even, by the way. And then at that point, with this disrespect here, I'm waiting for more intel here. So that's kind of how I frame that up, that idea. But you have to really know what you're looking at. You have to really dial in. This now becomes, this also can become a reclaimed fair value gap, by the way. I'm at inversion, so just hang tight. This becomes a reclaimed SIBI, but can also become a reclaimed inversion. Just being patient. We're gonna wait for ES or NQ to take this low. Looks like ES is already wanting to push higher. So we're going to see what happens. If it's a signal that it doesn't want to go lower, we'll take that as intel. Because this is still present. I'm just studying what's happening. Damage is already done. These are my notes. 3 simple notes. Studying that. Okay. So we got 8 minutes left. Still would like this buy side. That's the liquidity I'm looking at. I think all of this is a open, low, high close. But nonetheless, we're going to watch. And just because it pushes higher doesn't mean it's bullish. You still need to wait. There's nothing in here that says I need to long right now. Right there. Does this become a reclaimed inversion we're going to study? Or does it close below? Oh. Oh, Nelly. Close below, above. Or, even better, or chop in between. So now we're just waiting. It's a waiting game at this point. I'm still looking for those lows potentially. I think that would just really get out the longs. Get the longs out and start pushing higher after that. Put this on your notes. Something's gonna happen. Haven't said anything because there's nothing really to say. We're just watching and waiting. There's nothing here. I need to play some music or something. Excuse me. What? What will cause the most damage? So everybody's obviously long biased after today, right? So if everyone's long in here, if they go blow out their stops here, create an SMT and then trade higher, that's going to be a more ideal. Then you get a fair value gap form off of this. That's going to be the more ideal setup for a true discounted long to buy side liquidity. Close above the inefficiency here and then trade higher. So you have to keep that in mind and that perspective. I want to see if there's any notes. Anybody said anything? Please explain first president value gap. That's just the first presentation of the session. So after 9:30. So see 9:31 fair value gap. And it's got displacement. So this is going to be your first presented fair value gap. That's all. I'm here for another 45 minutes, by the way, till the silver bullet ends. So, watching that. Can't get back above. I don't have that much stuff on my charts because I'm literally just watching. But ideally here, you want ES or NQ to come take these out and then start to trade higher. That's what I'm waiting for anyways. And I may pull the trigger if that's present. As of now, it's not getting there. I'm not going to short to the target. I'm not going to do any of that. I have no intentions on shorting. So now you'll see what I'm talking about if it gets down there. No, this is not like double SMT, double whammy, whatever you want to call it. I want to see it take out one of those lows, one of these. Watch, put ES and NQ up so you can see it when it happens, if it happens. We're wicking lower, but I need it to do a little more damage. Damage control, damage control. Don't push the button yet. Come on. Do what you're gonna do. That's right. Do your thing. I personally think that's what it's waiting on. It needs to stop out a few more people, get them offside, and then proceed higher. I'm just watching. I'm just watching these print, studying it. It becomes a if we get displacement, I'll also look, but I really am looking for this. This right here kind of seals the deal on a long for me. I don't like the price action here. It's not anything that you should be jumping into or, yeah. There's nothing here to get into. No fair value gaps, nothing. In the last, I don't know, do the math, 15 minutes at least. So now we're getting displacement. Keep this in mind. We trade what's offered to us. So there's a few things to consider, and I'll walk you through it. Just look at this. There's no calls for entry. The macro is here. We know that. It doesn't have to come here lower to this low, but it can. This is enough to go higher. It's enough, but there's no entries. I see nothing to enter off of that, got displacement. So now this could become a reclaimed inversion fair value gap, but we're just looking for displacement. Either way, liquidity, you got your equal highs, lows here. Here's going to be a buy side as well. Just put that on your chart. I'm going to check the comments real quick. Sorry, it's a lot of back and forth because I don't know how to get them on here. Why you not marked 947 that leads to shift in 1 minute? This? 947. 940 that leads to shift in 1 minute. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're looking at. This is a low-hanging fruit objective. It's 100 points away. So now you have a fair value gap here. So watch it. So potential here. Include the BISI. You can use whatever you want. I don't care. Use whatever you like. If you like trading inversions, use the inversion. You like using this inversion, use that one. You like using an order block, use an order block. Unless I turn my volume, it's really difficult to hear. AK10 looks ideal. A lot of retailers will want to long this. Please explain. Okay, is it better to hear me? I was kind of, Sterling, sitting away from my computer. I need to turn my brightness down a little bit too. I'm kind of close. Still waiting. Also understand it's permissible to come into this one too. So you use whatever you feel like. I like the idea that I don't like the choppiness, but I like the displacement here. So alright, it's above this other efficiency as well now, so may come back and use it here. Trade higher. I want to see it close above this as well. Guys, I'm just tape reading. This choppiness, I didn't like. There's nothing in here that says, hey, just go long. This has more to offer than this in here. So we didn't drop back into there. Didn't drop back into there. You don't want to chase price. Use that as an order block. Boom. Could enter there. Could have. You can use whatever set of PD arrays you like. I'm still watching this. I'm not short biased. I just want to see. And what did we say about if you use a PD array, there's specific ones to use, so you can figure that out. But ideally, you want to see how they close in there. Let's see. Chat, why are you not marked at least a shift in market structure? I mean, yeah, you could see this, obviously. Got a low, high, or sorry, a low, lower low. Then you trade above that high. That created the lowest low. So yeah, there's a market structure shift there. And I didn't even see this for some reason. How did I not see that? Oh well. Paying attention to too many things at once. The streaming stuff is new to me, by the way, if you haven't figured that out. Figuring it out as I go. So study the midpoint of that wick. Still want to watch it. Still important. Still says no. You cannot pass. Excuse me. It's possible now. Let's see. We're going to watch. It needs to get above that midpoint of the wick. You'll see why I have not longed yet. I don't have any interest in a long just yet. I'm looking for a little more damage. So I did reach into this, so you can watch that. Yeah, ideally, let's see. I don't want to sound like I'm on the fence. I guess it's because I'm not trading. So it's likely to go to here. This is where I'm anticipating price going. I wanted it. It's done all the damage. Sell side, SMT. It's got the lows down here though. This price action's no bueno, which is to be expected after about a what is 4% increase in price. So just be mindful of it. I'm not going to push the button just to push a button. I don't have the desire to push a button in this price action. I'm watching it just like you guys are, but you need to understand when the conditions are in your favor. Ideally, after a 4% day, you want to just tape read the morning session, or you're going to get caught holding the bag, is what you can reference that to. See, disrespect. That's too much disrespect for me. I'm looking for this to get to here. More damage, and then here. There's nothing of interest other than watch that. Sibby. That's probably going to be used. If it trades above it, it can be used as an inversion. That's what I want to see. If it's permitted to go higher, that's what you want to see. Can't get a close above, boom. It's gonna disrespect it. That says, okay, we returned back to a little bit of a discount. Waited for something. Should get a close above here now. If we can close back above this. So we'll watch it. We'll watch and I'll answer some questions. Back above it now. This probably should go higher, ideally. So on NQ, this is not, yeah, it's just nothing. I don't see anything in here. I can't gauge a good read with stuff like this. This makes it a lot harder for me. This chop in between here. I'm looking for 1 or 2 PD arrays at most to be sufficient for me. This is, I don't even like reading this. I think it's good practice, so. Let me see. Any more questions? Is it not 2 sideways for longs? Yes. Yes, it is. It's waiting for something. I can't read this. I usually would not be even watching this. This would be a situation where you come back to it after in the PM session. I think we go blow out the short or the longs right now to create that SMT, and then we go long from there. That just makes more sense, to be honest. I should have stuck with that. Honestly, probably could have just shorted here. But like I said, I prefer this. This allows me to see things a lot more clear. I don't really care about this. You can drag it over anyways. Now, I'll put that alert on ES. So you want to put that alert on ES, that low that we talked about. Yeah. So you should see an alert on the screen when ES hits that low. I put it on there on my phone. That way it's easier to read. I don't have to flip-flop through charts. I'm reading the chat now. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. So I just got that alert. So there's no SMT there. And also I had that, I had that alert earlier. So no SMT there, but we're gonna see if we close above here, and that acts as a turtle soup. And this voids this as well too. That sell side was taken, so there's no SMT present, but now we're gonna study this stuff. Very hard to read this. Very hard. Very hard. Awesome tape reading. I have really enjoyed it. I'll just stick around, but gotta go. Have a great one. Ahmed. Where's Nigel? Nigel's sick. Well, enjoy your day, bro. I'm just reading. I'm not pushing any buttons, as you can see. Oh, I haven't taken a trade yet, but I am in the PM session if it's offered. Sure am. Thanks for tuning in, anyways, as well. Yeah, see the close below? And no SMT. Excuse me. Yep, so that's voided there. It's good to study that kind of stuff. Also, sometimes if I point out an inefficiency, if you see it close above, it can come and reprice lower before going higher. But I don't see anything in here. None of these all these PD arrays got disrespected. That used as inversion, just going lower. If they want that low, they can have it. Mitigates all of this. It's 10:30 now. We'll see. Waiting for a 3-minute institutional order flow entry drill above these equal highs. Yep. So yeah, these also become equal highs. You can view it that way. I truly do not have anything else other than in between here is liquidity. Truly. The SMT is voided. So the only thing left is the lows at around 220 from last night. Now, if they want to send it higher, they can. Ask yourself, does this blow out the long? This, you can see this as AMD too. I mean, there's just so many ways to view price. It just depends on who you are and what you like to look at. Me personally, I'm just looking at the binary functions of what's happening. This can't get close. No close above here signals it can't. I should have made note of that. You can't reprice into here if we didn't close above there. So that doesn't make any sense. So that would have been a good short, to be honest. Hit the inversion. But I'm not looking at as a way to enter. So I guess that's ideally why I'm not seeing anything worth entering on. So if this is accumulation, manipulation, distribution, you're going to get a distribution to that buy side, so make note of that. We're going to be watching when price gets here. We'll see what happens. Into this inversion. It's 9:30 now, so this is probably going to be a key level. I may try along. Here. Mentally. Nothing yet. I'm watching this. Sometimes I feel bad when I don't trade on stream, but I'm trying to get that out of my head. Sorry if you hear some cops in the back. Yeah, I don't like that. Boom. Got 30 seconds on that left. 15 on the shot clock. Still nothing yet. So close below. So nothing. But watch ES, because ES has an open gap. An open fair value gap, so it may not need to. You see this as a rejection block. And we trade higher. See, my impulse. My impulse wants to buy that. Impulse. But I'm not. I'm going to be patient. It's fine. But I'm going to make note where my entry would be. Entry be here somewhere. If I were to get stopped out, it'd be at the lows. Not gonna push the button. We're gonna control ourselves. Wait till the PM session. And it's fine if we were to mentally get stopped out. It's fine if it even goes up there, but let me change that. My stop is going to be here. Some notes. I probably would have waited for more confirmation. Ideally, this is getting choppy outside the macro. After 10:30 is an ideal time too, but this is why this is just mental notes, and we're not pushing the button because we need more. We need a little bit more intel. But for me, this is a lower risk entry, so. Yeah. Guys, you're pushing the button at your own risk, by the way. I have nothing to do with that. Controlling the impulse is a little hard, even if you say, okay, you know, this is ideally where I would enter, but it does get a little hard sometimes when you want to push the button and then it goes higher and you're like, oh man, I could have got in that, and then it makes you want to chase. But no, don't be like that. Don't do that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the damage has been done. Nobody wants to buy it. That's why I'd be a buyer here. And I'd already be up over 30 points. So, and my stop would get moved up. I marked a FGG that's a gauntlet. I haven't studied the gauntlet. I'm only looking at inefficiencies and liquidity. So you can view this one now, as you see here. So my stop would probably move up to here now. Stop is moved to break even. Yay. Study that. Oh no. See what happens with a little bit of patience when you're not having to push the button? I'm just curious, did anyone enter long right there? The 17 people watching. Where will you take something off? Oh, thank you for asking that question. Thank you. That is a great question. So, whoa. Honestly, probably here. These equal highs. Kinda late, but yeah. Yeah, it's a little scary taking these. You'd have to study that. You'd have to study that real closely. That is something that probably comes with a little bit more experience, but I'm taking some off at the wick. So partials. Let's see. I don't want a middle line. I just want it in the center. Still the midpoint of this wick. And then your terminus is here. That's how I would frame the setup here. You can see how it gets a lot better blowing out longs, accumulating under a low versus this price action. It's a lot smoother here because you get gyration and displacement versus all of that. Condylate, where are you taking off something? So please tell me, was anyone patient today? Did anyone push the button beforehand, or did you actually just get to experience like true tape reading without the impulse of having to push a button? I think that is so underrated and beneficial for a lot of people, because it's hard when you're on social media seeing a lot of people make money, taking all these payouts, whatever they may be doing. But if you can't simply do this without, and I've struggled with this myself, so please understand that we are not any different. I'm no different from any one of you watching this stream. I don't care if 17 people are watching me or 1,700. Everyone that trades understands the dynamics of what it's like of being in a position and hoping and praying that it goes to where you want it to go, versus when you tape read long enough, you'll start to see you'll start to see a lot of repeating characteristics. I do think you need to be precise on a lot of stuff, but nonetheless, it's ultimately the same every single day. So, and it's not going to change. It's not going to deviate from this. But guys, please, like, you could take partials here too. This is a premium order block, so Please keep that in mind. Relative to this smaller range that we're in, you need to be aware of all of those things. You could take a partial here, you could take a partial at that wick, as we mentioned. The partials need to be dependent upon what your risk management is and what you like and what you want for yourself. I could go in here and just take a measly $200 a day and just be done with it. So now we watch. Just looking for price to dig a little higher. Get up there. Now you see how it's not letting any longs in now? That's why you wanted to get a lower risk entry, because this can happen. And now everyone that was short is trying to short. Everyone that's long is just blown out. They've all swapped how they think. They're like, well, I want to go long now. I want to go, they're saying I want to go short now because price is going higher, versus they didn't want to short when we were going up. They didn't know what they were looking at. So this is why your entries have to be here. Your entries need to be somewhere that is actually low risk. What is that, 2840? Yeah. See that? You want to take them. There's a premium array. I can do. So yeah, ideally I'd take partials into this premium little fair value gap here. Partials here, partials there, and then terminus. It depends on how many contracts you have on. If I have one contract on, I'm taking my money right here and I'm watching it pan out. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You just study it. Don't get scared out because of that. That doesn't mean it's going to drop lower just because I would take partials here. I want to take partials because I want to make money. That's why you're here. I think a lot of early on in my trading career, I was self-sabotaging a lot. I would let positions come all the way back to break even, and then I'd move my stop even lower and I'd get stopped out. So that's scar tissue that you're going to carry with you. I share that with you as experience. It's part of the reason why I do take my partials. Like ICT says, I mean, his exits are, you know. So I'm studying this little inversion right here. Let's see. I don't think they're gonna bring it back down here. I don't see that happening, to be honest. By the way, the macro is here now, so if we're gonna get efficient delivery, it's gonna be. This will be the last macro I watch, by the way. I'm not watching any other ones. Explain how to enter. Missed AK. How you entered that. Explain. Well, this is just a simple rejection block. Below equal lows. If you view this as accumulation, manipulation, you're going to get distribution. It all depends on how you view price. You can view it as, oh, I'm looking for rejection blocks only, or I'm looking whatever you want to trade. I don't use these. I don't care for these. I'm studying the liquidity that I mark and the inefficiencies that I mark. So your entries are on you. Everybody has a different entry mechanism. So how I enter is going to be different from how you may enter. So I'm going to watch this little fair value gap here. I'm going to study it. I'm going to watch that one to see if price wants to trade to this equal set of equal highs here. Let me put that here so you see it all. Do you guys see the equal highs here? The liquidity. I need a yes or a no. It's binary. Whoever's long from that diverging is sitting pretty. Yeah. Liam, you're correct. Yeah, that's why I say, you can move your stops now. If it comes back down here, then obviously it is possible. It can come back down here because there was no SMT created. So it is possible to come back here and then trade higher again. So that's why you need to take risk off, manage your risk, because understand that price can come back here. So you want to move your stop up. Move it up. Just put it in profit. Put your stop at profit. If you entered here, by the way, I marked this here so you had time, but I'm not an entry or I'm not a signal service, so but doesn't it feel nice when you know what you're looking at? Doesn't it feel nice to have little risk? We're talking about we're talking about 200 points. You get in, let's say you got in at 728 and you have a stop at 790. If you're using micros, that's not going to be a lot. If you use 5 micros, that's half of a mini. So your risk is inherently the same as if you took a 12.5 point stop. Because if I'm using a mini, I like to use a 20-point stop. That's ideal, and I like to add in 2 positions. I don't see anywhere to add here, so the adds are kind of off at this point unless it gets back into here. But other than that, I mean, we're talking, if you got in here, that's over 60, 70, 80 points. So you gotta quit self-sabotaging yourself, take the profit and move on. I mean, sit there and watch it. Just watch it play out. It's okay if it goes all the way to the highs, but would you not rather get a learning experience? And then I was listening to ICT talk about this weekend on his Shotgun Sunday, or Saturday, sorry. And he was talking about how if you can't go in there every single day and consistently get 20 handles, whatever it was a smaller amount, and take the low-hanging fruit, you don't even need to be trading. I mean, you need to learn how to do that before you try to scale up higher. And that's cool. If you're one of those guys that swings for the fences, swings for the home runs, that's on you. You're more than welcome to do that, but you're putting on more risk the longer you're in the trade. And that's not to say you can't trade that. But with the price action that's present and the conditions, you have to consider all of that when you're in a trade. So the trade may not be ideal for you to be in, to hold for the home. It may not even get here. This may be engineered buy side for us to go attack this and then go attack that. So, do you keep that stuff in mind? And you see that? Did not close above this high. We're in a macro. And you want to see if ES made that higher high. So ES did trade above that high. So we're looking for a close above that high for continuation to here. Still waiting. We want to see price reach that high. I don't know what that was. Email. I don't want to see. I don't want to see price can come back here, but I don't want to see it go back there. I kind of just want to see it go. But it's likely to trade back in here based off what's happening now. That looks like turtle soup to people. That looks like we're going lower, but I don't think we're going lower. So that's to fake people out. So it's going to look like a inversion's forming, and it's going to go lower, and then it should trade higher. That is going to be the most ideal outcome here. We want to fake people out. How can we do so? Yeah. So ideal to go lower into that city, that BISI down there, and then trade higher. That's going to be your turtle soup. I want to see it close above though. It looks like it's going lower. That is the point. It's supposed to look like that. Yep, trade lower. Come on, do it. Seen this a million times. Now, if it does close above that BISI, I will kind of regroup and reevaluate because I'm not going to want to see it go there. Okay, that's enough of that. So what you're looking for is this to go here. And if it doesn't reach it, it's even better, but that's what I'm looking for. Gonna see what happens in here. So last thing, if it closes below this, I'm done for the day. Done reading until later. But I just wanted to show you guys this before. See, it appears like it's going lower, but then what happens? We want to see it come higher. And we want to see it push into that liquidity there. So this is kind of like your discount entry essentially. So we're just going to study what it does inside of that BISI before we do anything. Still studying it. That's what I'm looking for right there. Now, I want to see magic. I want to see fucking magic. Get up there. See, a lot of people just entered short right there. And maybe that's their institutional order flow entry drill. Who knows? We're going to watch. We're going to study. go. It's painting far outside the lines right now. So those wicks are straight up manipulation. Straight up. That's better. So once we reach that liquidity up there, that'll be it for me. Granted, it goes there, but that's what I'm looking for. It's good studies. Good studies. Alright, spending too much time. Let's go. Get on your high horse. We're in the macro. It's 11 o'clock. There we go. That's better. That's better. Yep. There we go. Get on up there. Last chance here. I don't like that big wick. I don't know what that came from. This is a news-driven a news-driven market, so get above, get above, get above. You're studying, watching. You want to be out of your position in 7 minutes regardless. Time-based delivery. So exit. If it slowly crawl, I mean, it's getting back to the price action that I don't like to see. I wanted to just see it finish up there. I don't want to see it waste any time. These are the moves where I like to just see it snap higher. So yeah, get above. It's getting a little wicky. A lot of people are short right now, so it'd be ideal to push into that liquidity there. If it falls below that low, that's it for me. You know, if you entered at that BISI, you don't want to see it fall below that low. So that's going to be your stop. Yeah, get above that wick. There we go. Finish the job. It knows it's on a time schedule. It's scripted. And there's a chance that ES has already reached that high. I haven't checked in a minute. I'm just watching, so make sure. That's better. Get up there. Oh, the delivery is crap. No panic. We don't panic. We're watching. No impulse. falls below that low, that's it for me. I don't want it to go below that low. Yeah, I will update in Telegram, but I'm just watching this right now play out. This to me is to load up more shorts to throw the shorts offside. Some more adds into this position here. Still respecting the Sibby. I'm at the Bissy, sorry. Excuse me. Got 3 minutes to deliver. So you want to watch it now. Delivers back in there. Yeah. Look at that. 3 minutes. Time it. Time it. This is it. Boom. Doesn't have any interest in coming here. That's fine. Because it tapped into this one. It's permissible to come into this. Let me check ES real quick because I may have missed something just to be on the safe side. No. ES didn't hit that low either. So it's looking like what's going to happen, and I'm giving you a preview for the PM session. These likely will be, if this closes below, this is going to be engineered liquidity for the PM session. And you can start to see some movement towards it after 11:30, but keep these lows in mind. This is the original stop, somewhere in there. So looking at this, you can balance price range, by the way. So you see how it dug into there. Anyways, so it's got 2 minutes, still can get there. That's what I'm looking for, ES or NQ. But guys, if you have any questions, just feel free to shoot me a DM. I'm fixing to leave the house, so macro ended. I'll leave you with this note. You can watch that. Macro ended, didn't reach objective in time. It still can deliver buy side, but manage risk. That's what I'll leave you with. Your risk, if you've entered here, you don't want it to see it, you can put it wherever you want. I'm screenshotting this so I can have this for me, my studies. So, alright guys, well, that clears that up. Macro didn't reach the objective, so you could see it sell off here. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask, and yeah, see you guys later.